There, welcome to the stream. I'm Father Roderick, and we are going to continue to build our beautiful black and orange X-Wing fighter, the one that is piloted by Poe Dameron, who is actually here on this little cart being driven to his pilot seat by this alien mechanic, I suppose. We've already built quite a bit of the main structure, let's say the hull, and what we're going to do now is we're going to build the wings. I'm very happy with the new setup. Let me know how that works for you. I've got another camera. I was using the Canon M50. Now I'm using the Canon 80D, which is able to zoom in and zoom out even more. So I really like the colors. And as you can tell, I've got a new table, or at least it looks like a new table. It actually isn't. This is the same old IKEA adjustable desk, but I found yesterday when I went to IKEA, I found these two panels that they actually gave away for free. These are, I think, supposed to be a cupboard or something like that. And sometimes they find these things in the archives or in the in their storage. And these two were damaged, so they gave them away for free. I put them on the table, and I think it gives a much nicer color contrast with the Lego builds. Plus, these two are, you can't tell because the camera is zoomed in, these are almost 2 meters long. So the entire desk is much bigger than it was before, and that's going to be super helpful if I'm going to do bigger Lego builds as well. Another thing that you may notice, I'm finally no longer wearing these white earbuds because I have a lavalier microphone right here, which is hopefully good enough to pick up the sound. And the final thing that has changed is that the camera that I'm using for the little insert on the left side of your screen, the upper left side, is now a Logitech webcam. So it looks a lot better, or well, not a lot better, but it looks definitely better than the built-in low resolution webcam of the Apple. So hey, Kieran and Andy, welcome to the stream. And well, let's start building. And I hope to finish this build today. And I've got a nice little surprise for you in store when it comes to what we are going to build next. And I think you're going to like it. But that's still a secret. All right. Again, lots of beautiful colors here, very bright orange and black. And my favorite, this is of course going to be BB-8, and I didn't have that one. Hey Luke, welcome to the chat. So yesterday I didn't do any Lego. Instead I did some Battlefront 2, a gaming stream, which was also a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I was only done setting up the stream late in the evening, so I couldn't really do much gaming. Right. Actually, I thought, I made a mistake. I thought that this little fellow here was Poe Dameron, but it turns out we're still going to build him. Hey, Mike. So this is just a generic pilot, apparently. And so we're going to assemble. I didn't know that was another pilot included here. There are only 2 bags left, so this is bag number 4, all these pieces, and then there's one final bag, and that's got basically the other wing. Hello, Arnold. This is well, any day can be a Lego day, of course. So let me put Poe Dameron's. You can tell that it's Poe Dameron because he's very unshaven. Let's see the feet. here we are. Nice print on both on the torso as well as on the feet or the legs. There's even there are two expressions. So you've got kind of smirking. Let's see if it will focus. Takes a while, I guess. Let me get it closer to the camera. Does it focus? Does it focus? No, it doesn't focus. Hello, focus. It should have autofocus. Oh, there we go. So he's got a little smirk here, and on the other side of his head, he looks much more serious. I wonder if they gave him hair as well. I don't think so. There's only this very cool black helmet. Very, very nice. So that fits the colors of the X-Wing fighter. Isn't that cool? Arnold wants to know if Friday is going to be my regular Lego build evening. Well, actually, I've got good news if you like these Lego sessions, because next week I will probably do these sessions every single evening, because there's a big build coming up, and it will probably take about, well, at least 10 hours to build it. So I'm going to do that every evening. It is a very noble art indeed, Joseph. Very noble. All right, so we've got Poe Dameron. He also is supposed to have a gun. Here we go, or a blaster. Put that in his right hand. For some reason in the Lego descriptions, all the Lego minifigures are lefties. And then we're going to finally, after all these years, build BB-8, which is actually super simple. Here we go. We've got his body and the head. You just click it together, and here he is. My favorite droid. There we go. And then, of course, the both of them are supposed to sit in the actual speeder. Speeder is the actual X-Wing fighter. We're going to put BB-8 in. And he is supposed to... Is there like a... To figure out what is the front and what is... Like, the sides of BB-8 are different. And I'm wondering which one is the back of this thing. I think probably this one. Yeah, this is the back, and then this doesn't really matter because he swivels around anyway. So, all right, we're going to put him inside, just behind the pilot. There we go. Very cool. I love it. All right. I am a parish priest, Andy. I'm working here in the Netherlands in a parish. But because of the media work that I do, it's mostly just for the weekends. Hey Logan, it's great to have you on the stream as well. Very cool. And Kieran is going to buy Star Wars Battlefront, which I played yesterday evening, and that was very cool. All right, let's see if I can remove this so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. I like this new desk so much, or at least it's not a real desk. It's of course just two pieces of an old cupboard that I put on top of the existing desk. But I really like the color so much more than the white desk that I used to have. Everything is gradually, finally getting to the level of quality that I wanted. So the camera is better, the desk looks nicer. The webcam is good, audio is good. So this one right here. What is my opinion on the SSPX, which is a church group that is, I think, goes back to the schism of Monsignor Lefebvre. Was he French or was he Swiss? A bishop who started to ordain priests without permission of the Holy See, and then got himself excommunicated at one point, and then some others were also, and then it was partially lifted by Pope Francis, trying to reconcile the group with the Catholic Church again. What's my opinion? It's a schismatic group that's never good. I mean, you can have your differences in opinion, but we should always stay faithful to the Pope and remain in communion, I think, with the Universal Church. So that would be my opinion. Arnold asks, is playing such a game like Battlefront conflicting with the vision of the Church? Nah, it's just a game. Just game. I mean, as a child, I was playing Cops and Robbers also, so as long as you don't confuse that with reality, it's like fairy tales, it's like movies. Just a bit of fun. Let's see. I haven't got you in trouble with my elders. You mean the bishop, or the bishop? My bishop wholeheartedly supports what I'm doing, and that's a good thing, because as a priest I'm always working on behalf of the bishop, but he has asked me to work in the media, and that's what I've been doing for more than 15 years now. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to watch the Lego streams that I do, but they're very well aware of the way that I try to connect with people, and they never had any criticism. All right, we're going to build this first wing. Have I ever celebrated traditional Latin Mass? You mean the Mass according to, or the way it was celebrated before the reforms of Vatican II? In fact, I haven't celebrated that Mass myself, but I've been at Masses that were celebrated by other priests that were specialized in that, or had formation in that respect, because it's not something you can just improvise. You really need to know what you're doing. So yes, I've been to, actually in the Vatican, in the catacombs. I remember one of the times that I saw was at that Mass. And I have to say, for me, the first time it was a bit, let's say, a bit strange. In the sense that you could really tell that the liturgy itself, there's a very good reason that they wanted to reform it, because the liturgy, according to the Tridentine Rite, was in many ways kind of polluted liturgy. It sounds weird because it has the reputation of being very, very, what you call it? Very, not pious, I'm looking for the right word, very traditional, etc. But what we call Latin Mass, because of course you can also celebrate Mass in the new rite, or in the existing write in Latin, which we do actually quite a bit here in the Netherlands. The Tridentine rite has not always been like that, and liturgy continues to evolve over time. And so one of the reasons that they wanted to reform the liturgy is that over time so many elements were added, and there was a lot of repetition in that liturgy, a lot of blessings and little movements, and it's a very, very intricate, very stuffed, liturgically stuffed type of celebration. And what the Second Vatican Council and the fathers of the Second Vatican Council wanted to do is to go back to the, let's say, the more original forms of liturgy. And of course, there had been a lot of progress in terms of research. We know much more about how the Mass was celebrated in the first century. So a lot of the renewal, what we call renewal, was actually going back to sources that were even older than the sources of the Tridentine liturgy. And when I was experiencing this Tridentine Mass, I thought, there is actually there are too many elements. It lacks focus. There is so much repetition. And I prefer much more the newer Mass, or the Mass after Reforms, because it is much, more sober, simpler. It touches me more because there's less repetition. I have to say that from those, and I don't have that much experiences with the Latin Mass, but I genuinely, based on what I've seen so far, prefer our current liturgy, especially if it's celebrated, of course, with the necessary veneration and still looking for that word, dedication. I don't know. And I think a lot of the movement promoting kind of the or like people that like to go back to the Tridentine Mass are not really reacting to the reforms of the Second Vatican Council per se, but to the abuses. But I don't think the abuses were linked to the reform. I think that was just a sign of times, and in the Netherlands a lot of these abuses have already completely disappeared, and you can really celebrate Mass the way it's supposed to be. Anyway, let me look at the other chat. What else is in the chat? Definitely you need to know what you're doing. Yes, about the liturgy. And trying to get in contact with the youth works. I guess my son Logan wants to watch your YouTube video and not just the Lego builds. Well, that's great. I try to keep it lighthearted and fun. But of course, sometimes people have more serious questions, so there's time for that as well. After all, I'm building Lego, so we got time to talk. I like the diversity of the conversations and the questions that I get. Ooh, nice round pieces, lovely. Happy Midsummer. Is it Midsummer? I didn't even know. Laura says, I built the Lego Star Wars Republic gunship from 2002 today. Amazing set, even for its time. Wow, that's cool. So you had that in storage, or did you buy it secondhand? Dark Cloud, good evening to you too. Andy wants to know, having altar girls. Well, personally, I've never had any trouble with that. My experience, altar girls are usually much more dedicated and precise than boys. So I don't see what is wrong with that. Nor is it forbidden, by the way. So, no, if we didn't have altar girls, then, Mass would be much less reverent. Reverent, that's the word that I was looking for. But it's, of course, all these changes, people tend to not like changes. And I always try to keep an open mind. Always look at, liturgy is there to help us pray, to help us get closer to God. That is the most important thing you always need to look for. And sometimes liturgical abuses can hamper that. But it all depends on the way the entire liturgy is celebrated. Kieran says, I should come visit the catacombs of St. Paul in Malta. I should, yes. Guten Abend, Remixi. Wixie. Lars bought the set secondhand. Sadly, the stickers were missing, but you always wanted it as a kid. Sure, yeah. That now that you're older and you have more money, you can sometimes fulfill your childhood dreams in a way. The Lego builds that I do right now is something I was never able to afford. Still, I'm not able to afford much, but a little bit. Okay, we're going to do lots of stickers here. This is the remainder of the stickers that we're going to do. Fortunately, they're all very symmetrical, very simple. Darklight wants to know, did you already forgive me for the Alt F4 incident? I still feel guilty about it. That smiley is a hug. Oh, you know what? I should feel guilty that I fell for it. I'm so naive. All right. That looks very pretty. I'm going to put that right here. I like that. It's not entirely the same height as the other one, which I think I may have to reposition a little bit. Yeah, it's a tiny little bit too much towards the rear. Am I going to redo that sticker? Yes, I'm going to try to redo that sticker. Because I'm a perfectionist. If you don't fix it now, I will never fix it. Uh-oh. Oops. Some of the glue comes off. That's not good. Is that any better? It's actually worse. Now it's all crooked. Oh, gotta love these stickers. Lego. Seriously. Thou makest me suffer. It's such a penance. Well, I'm just gonna leave it like that because I'm only gonna make it worse. Andy says, I think I have a vocation to the priesthood. That is something very positive, of course. And definitely something you need to explore. And pray about it and talk with wise people and discern. But yeah, I would say that's good news. We should all, of course, ask ourselves, what is our vocation in life? And sometimes it's the priesthood, and sometimes it's marriage. Samuel wants to know, do you think Luke will come back to life in episode 9 like Jesus, I hope? No, I don't think so, actually. Mark Hamill said something along the lines, or strongly hinted that it's just going to be what we've seen in other movies as well. He's going to be returning as a Force ghost, which would be very much in line with the Star Wars mythology. Hello, Dwight. Dwight Schrute. It is a nice camera. I'm very glad with it. It's the Canon ATD. If I'll ever go to Malta, Kieran, I will let you know. Andy also loves Latin Mass, so not sure what order to join. Well, that should all be part of your discernment. The most important question is not, first of all, what do you like, although your preferences are could be a way that God is trying to tell you or guide you, but the thing you should always ask yourself is, where does God want me to go? Where does God want me to go? And can I discern what God wants me to do, what He wants me to be? I think I forgot a little thingy here. This black, whatever this is. I think these are actually pieces that used to be on cars, on the front of cars. Interesting. Use the force to build the Lego. But Latin Mass, it basically Latin is still there. So that could be basically anywhere. It could also be as a parish priest. In my parishes, very often we have masses in Latin with Gregorian chant and everything. Although apparently in the Netherlands that is, compared to the rest of the world, it's a bit of an exception. Okay, we're going to do, is this some kind of a weapon? Maybe it is. This is a weird piece. I've never seen this before. It's got two colors and there's a little bit of a mechanism inside. It wrinkles. Gotta put this here. But take your time to discern your vocation. And of course, if you listen, if you pray, if you ask advice, then you're always going to make the right decision. Have you bought a Marvel Lego set? No, I actually haven't. I don't think I have that much of Marvel Lego anyway. Perhaps a few minifigures, but that's all. All right, these are weapons, or what is it? The laser beams. Interesting. This goes in here. And then I'm going to put it through this hole. And then we're going to top it off on the other side with, I suppose, this. There we go. Oops. And this. And most of the Marvel Lego sets are not particularly pretty, I think. I mean, they look like more like play sets. Right. I prefer the sets that are a little bit more display sets. Do I play Minecraft? A little bit. I'm not very good. Samuel thinks that Luke will come back to life. We'll see. I have more tries for the stickers, yes. Laura says, I remember you answered a question about purgatory, but what is hell like in your view, and who goes to hell according to your view? Maybe a bit of a heavy question. No. That's actually a very common question. Well, I'm going to attach this wing. Let me see if I can answer that. Oh. Cool, all right. What is this supposed to do? I'm going to put this here. But, do I need any pieces to fix this, or what? It says, hold on, I gotta focus here for a sec. Oh, no, do I have to? Oh, wow, okay. So, let me see if I can show you this. You see these rods? These are going to be pushed through the wing, and they're going to hold the thing in place. In theory. In theory. First of all, I need to position them. Okay, there's number one. So hell in theology, in Catholic theology, is defined as the absence of God, and also the absence of love. So hell is not a place, but it's a state of those that have completely refused God. And so, but we are made to the image of God, and so we are made to love. And we can't really be happy without love, which is actually some very common sense, of course. So that means that the suffering of hell is not suffering in the way we depict it sometimes in our imagery, with flames and, barbecue, basically. But the biggest suffering is to be without love. And that is the suffering that we will experience if we completely refuse hell. So there we go. We've got the first wing, and you can see it can move up and down. Very, very cool. Now, as to your question, who is going to hell? The answer should be those that completely refuse God. Do we know if that is the case? We don't, because we don't know what happens between, we can see sometimes people that do incredibly cruel things that are devoid of love, and that puts them in peril, that puts their soul in peril. But we can never really know what will happen in the final moments of someone's life. And conversion, at least in the Catholic tradition, is always possible until the very last moment. And God, of course, has given us sacraments to ask forgiveness, but God is not limited to his own sacraments. So there is forgiveness possible. If someone truly, entirely regrets and repents, then forgiveness is given even if that person doesn't go to confession right away. So that means that we as humans cannot judge who will go to hell and who will not go to hell. You can see, behavior that, if someone persists in that behavior, could, be a total refusal of God. But again, you never know for sure. One of my teachers in theology always said, you have to hope for heaven for everyone and only fear hell for yourself. And I thought that was a very wise way of putting it. So it is, theologically at least, possible that hell is empty. The possibility should always be there. And there's no Catholic theologian that will say that hell does not exist, because that you would rob people from their freedom to choose, because our freedom implies that we can also choose against God, even though that's of course not what we are supposed to do, but it's possible. And if we remove that possibility, we become robots. And so that's why it is very important to maintain the possibility of hell, so a eternal life without God, without love. But as to, is that truly the fate of anyone? That is up to God. That is up to God to know. We don't know. And it's not God who sends people to hell. We condemn ourselves to hell by refusing God, and God will respect our freedom because it's a gift that he gave us. And again, without our freedom, we would become robots, and we would be unable to love, because love is based on freedom. So that's kind of how the whole thing holds together. It's not just hell, but it's all basically about freedom, about love, and all that. It's interesting. I noticed that do you see that there's something weird going on with the image? It's slow motion now. Am I just watching this? That is so weird. All right. So hell is the absence of God. That's correct. So is this just on my monitor that I see that the image is in slow motion? The insert is good, but then the rest is super slow. Let me know in the chat. Because if that's the case, then I need to figure out something that's not supposed to happen. Let's see, I can clap my hands here, or put them down, and they should be on the booklet. You can also see it. Okay. It's actually, now it's completely frozen, or not. No, I'm still moving a little bit, but it's slowing down more and more and more and more. Wow. Okay, what happens if I quickly switch back to just this? Okay. So now I'm back to this is the built-in camera. I think it must be a buffer problem. Perhaps the image, perhaps the Canon. Let me see no, the Canon itself is still doing that. So this may be a software problem. So this is the entire thing. And what happens if I switch back to the main camera? It's still in slow motion, you see? So it's a buffer problem. Wow, so that is a bit of a problem. Okay, what are we going to do about it? Because I don't know how to fix that. What I could do, of course, is use this camera. It's not going to be as nice as the other camera. I could just put it like this. Well, we'll have to improvise because I don't want to stop the stream. That's not going to be nice. We'll just use this view. Okay, this is very clunky, but, and then I'll just do this. Let's do this. Okay, it's not perfect, but it works. And this is still a little bit slow, but yeah, it has trouble focusing. I'll look into this. I don't know what's causing this. We got to be creative. All right, at least things are in sync again. The funny thing is, no. The other camera is still completely out of sync. Yeah, oh well. Huge lag. The ISP is not the problem because the rest of the stuff is streaming well. This must be the problem with the camera, the software that is taking the images from the Canon and putting it back. What I could do is turn the camera off and on again. Let me do that and see what happens. Because that may be also part of the problem. I'm not sure. Turning it off. And turning it on. I think it's a buffer problem, but let's see. Let's switch to this. Hello. Oh. It's still in slow motion. Wow. Okay. Oh well. Weird. Weird. Well, we'll just do this. Thankfully, I've got 3 cameras now. Okay, let's put this back on. I can always go back to the main camera to show you the final result. We'll just do as if this is just all on purpose. Goes to show that we're not there yet in terms of technology. We're just going to build 4 of these wings, and then we're done anyway. I didn't have that problem with the Canon M50, which of course is a newer camera, so it may be a firmware problem or something, or a compatibility problem. The problem started when I talked about hell. Yes. Ooh, creepy. Perhaps I should sprinkle the computer with holy water. But then again, perhaps not. Okay. Another This is a repeat of what I already did. Yes, including the stickers. Been there, done that. At least now I know that I need to really make sure the stickers are in the center of the piece. Oops. Come on. Why is this so hard? My hands are not shaking, but they're a little bit insecure or something. I say good enough. Oh, of course I got to show it to the camera here. The problem could also be the Mac itself, this is a very old, very slow iMac 11-inch. How many Lego Star Wars sets do I have? I don't know. So if I pray, I really want to hear God. Do you hear him, or is that a stupid question? Well, sometimes God can speak directly to people. At least I've heard stories from people that actually experienced something like that. They sounded like a physical voice. Most of the time, and certainly in my case, God speaks to you more in an indirect way. He's got many ways to let you know his will. It always kind of starts with listening on my part, and then discerning and talking to other people, and you find wisdom in the advice of others as well. So over time, especially if you ask God, let me know what you want and where you steer me, you'll discover So the reason maybe that God does not always speak directly in the way, or we don't get visited by angels or something like that, is that it forces us to really take our time to listen and to be patient and to grow our desire to do God's will. Of course, that's a bit of a spiritual explanation, but makes sense to me. Okay. Well, this second set of stickers was a lot easier. That looks good. Now, another wing. One, two. And this. Okay. We turn this around. We're adding. This looks different from the other wing. Okay. A bit of this. I hope this is correct. Just extending the wing a little bit. Take this. Yeah, this is the upper side, I guess. Turn it around again. One orange stud. There we go. So who has already downloaded the new Niantic Harry Potter game? It's available in the US and in Australia, I think. I've already downloaded it on my American iOS account. Actually, I can't wait to try it out. Maybe even tonight I'll go and walk a little bit. Apparently, it's based on the same software as Pokemon Go and Ingress. So it's got the same, uses the same maps. But of course, it's Harry Potter themed, which I like. Kieran asks, if someone dies and does not believe in hell and heaven, where does the spirit go? Well, actually, whether hell or heaven exists does not depend on our belief. So if you define heaven as living in God's love, then the only thing required is that God is there. And if someone is open to love, then that person will eventually go to heaven. It may take some purification, but still, that person would be saved. I've had a conversation once with someone who actually was so sick, did not believe in God, or did not believe in God anymore. And he decided to ask for euthanasia. And his wife was very distressed about that because she did believe in God. And so she was very afraid and asked me to go and talk to her husband, which I did. And he was at first very defensive. And he said, well, it doesn't matter. I don't want to suffer. I don't believe in God anyway, so, I just want euthanasia and get this over with. And then I asked him, well, there are many reasons that someone can have to not believe in God anymore or not believe in heaven or hell. But then I asked him, would you, even if you don't think that there's a heaven, would you hope that there is one? Would you wish that there was a heaven and that it's not over after this life? And he was very much taken aback by that question. And he didn't know the answer to it. The reason I asked that question is that the only thing God needs is a little opening. And entertaining the possibility of heaven may already be enough for God. In the end, he did get euthanasia, which was really saddened me. But at the same time, I've always been praying for him, and his wife has always continued to pray for the salvation of her husband later on. And, we should never underestimate the power of prayer. And sometimes we can... I think I forgot something here. Sometimes, we can pray for each other. That prayer is worth something. Oh yeah, I forgot this one. Here we go. So, again, hope that there will be heaven for everyone. Well, no problem, Dark Cloud. Always happy to answer your questions. As far as I don't always have the answers, but you can always reflect upon it. Hey, Kylie. What is my favorite Bible story and why? Oof, wow, that is a hard one. There are too many. I can't choose. There are a number of Bible stories that are dear to me. I love the story of the prodigal son, because that is very much about forgiveness and about who God really is. But they're small scenes of the gospel as well that I really love. That, like when Jesus walks past someone who is a handicapped person or a beggar, and then looks at that person, and then Jesus. The story kind of shows that Jesus is the only person who really sees that person in need, and then he takes his time to heal the person. Those for me are very moving little stories because they're very lifelike. It's something that we can also do and have pity on others and see each other. So yeah, it all depends on kind of my own state of mind and where I'm in life, which stories touch me and which one don't, not as much. Joel, I wonder the same. If someone who's not Catholic or Christian, where do they go, especially if they are good in life? Well, if they're good in life, if they're open to love, Jesus himself says the criterion. Jesus tells this story about heaven, or about the kingdom of God, and about the judgment. And he says there will be people that will present themselves before God, and God will ask them, where were you when I was hungry? Where were you when I was thirsty? Where were you when I was naked and when I was sick and you didn't visit me? And then that person, according to the story of Jesus, says, well, when did we ever see you naked and sick and didn't we help you? And then Jesus says, well, whatever you didn't do for the small ones, the little ones, you haven't done it for me. So that shows that Jesus himself indicates that the criterion of whether you will be saved or not is not how many times you've gone to church, not even if you belong to a church, but what is primary in everything is how did you live your life, and how have you helped other people? Were you merciful? Whoa, this is a big sticker here. That scares me. And it's a sticker on a very rough surface. Interesting. Wait, this should be like this. So someone who does not believe in God, and I would always say does not yet believe in God or hasn't encountered God, that if that person has loved, has helped other people, then he has actually been in a relationship with Jesus without realizing it. That's the beauty of that story that Jesus tells. Okay. Oh, wow. This is a massive sticker. Just going to do an approximation. Fortunately, it's black on black, so you won't notice it that much if it's slightly crooked. I think I did a good job with this. Blade of Nexus, what a great screen name. It says, I was raised Catholic, but now I don't believe, nor do I disbelieve in God. I'm just waiting to see. Just trying to be good to others is just a quality that I believe we should have regardless. You're absolutely right. Totally agree. You don't need to be faithful to do good, or it should not withhold you from doing good. It's not just that believers do good. Actually, the opposite is often the case. Someone who, may think that he's very faithful and goes to church and all, can still do great sins and be very merciless. And I always believe that if you try to live out of love, then you're actually closer to God than you think. And He's closer to you, because it's ultimately the fact that we're able to do good and that we're able to love is something that God endowed us with. And He is the source of that love. So that's always very important, I think, to keep in mind. It's not just... salvation is not a membership question. It's not like, oh, do you have your membership card? It's all about You know, of course, baptism and the sacraments are important, but if you don't follow that up with, you know, if you don't put that into practice, then what's it worth? Wow, this one went really smoothly. Look at that. Check that out. I suppose there's going to be a did I actually do the right thing? That looks so weird. I mean, check that out. The wings have different shapes. Did I do the right thing, or is this supposed to be like this? I think it's supposed to be like this. This must be one of the differences between the classic X-Wing fighters and the ones in The Force Awakens. These asymmetrical wings. I never noticed that in a movie. How cool. All right. Stickers in Lego are so stressful. Yes, 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 yes. This live stream reminds me of Bob Ross. Little cloud bricks. Little tiny friendly cloud bricks. What is this? I'm supposed to... Whoa! This is the first time that we're going to use rubber bands. Never seen that in a Lego set before. I suppose they're in this little box. Yes, they are. Blue... Look at that. Blue rubber bands. I need to use 2. All right. And that is going to hold the wings together, apparently. Wow. Intriguing. All right. Just putting this like this. I can see that even this webcam is a bit slow. So I bet you this is a processor thing, that the Mac is having trouble with the high resolution images, because the webcam that I mounted on the Mac is also sending an HD signal. All right, we've got some spare pieces as usual, a handful. So always happy to have some of those small elements. It really, the colors are amazing. Definitely the prettiest X-Wing. So now, these rubber bands are holding the wings closed, in a closed position. I hope that there's going to be a mechanism to open them. We'll see. First, we're going to open bag number 5. And this is the final bag. So once this is done, we'll be done. The wings look floppy. Well, it's supposed to be a little bit floppy, being wings and all. Okay. Ooh, this one has a lot more pieces. These must be the rubber bands for the second wing. All right, we're going to do more wings. So next week we're going to have a heat wave here in the Netherlands. That is going to be even more challenging, because I've got this big Lego build that I need to finish next week, and I'll explain why at the end of this stream. But of course, when it's a heat wave and it's 35 degrees, it's gonna be tough. Macs aren't worth the price for the hardware, but the software is very user-friendly. I totally agree. But I never bought this Mac for streaming, actually. I bought it because I needed to write a book, and this one was super lightweight and had a very good keyboard. And now it has the added advantage of enabling me to stream from the Canon, which I don't think a PC can do, not that I know, not without additional hardware. But of course, if the whole thing is in slow motion, then that is not very useful. Next week I'll try to use the Canon M50 again, and if that one does not give us the problems, something tells me that it's actually the other webcam that is causing the problems. If I would take that off, then probably the lag of the Canon would be less. Do I want to give that a try? Maybe not. We'll do that towards the end of the show. The show is not a show. Towards the end of the build. Twist the X on top and that will open the wings. Really? This little doohickey? Oh, check it out. You're right. Ah, that's awesome. Look, it's flappy wings. I love it. That's great. Hey, Anna. Greetings from the tropics. That is cool. Thank you. Good evening, Christian. Okay, this is just a repeat of what I've already done. So let's see if I can speed this up a little bit without making mistakes. There we go. This and this. Turn it upside down. Insert the orange rod. Then a black piece here. Okay. Put that aside. This is new. This, oh no, it's not. Same thing. It should be 4 long. Here we go. That table makes a strange noise. I don't know why. Come on. Why doesn't this fit? There we go. Yep. We add this wingtip. Good. I'm going to add some orange elements to it. Does it go over it or not? Yes, actually it does. Or not. No, that doesn't look right. That does not look right. Let's see if I can. It should be like this. Okay, very good. Yep. Awesome. Oh, wait, huh? Oh, of course. This and this. Yep. Starts to look like a wing already. In Poland, oh, the tropics in Poland. My PC, Lucille, I built her myself, can't do that. And if a PC can't do it, naturally it's easy to download software that can. Oh, you mean with your PC you can use a Canon, a DSLR to stream? If that's the case, then definitely going to go for a laptop in the future. It's so much more robust. Well, let's just gradually improve the streaming setup. We don't need to have everything perfect right away. There is time. I'm already very glad with the current setup. I had this little lavalier microphone lying around, and I used it for my phone. And then I realized it's actually the same type of connector that Apple uses for the laptop. And I hope the audio is good. Okay. Oh, what is this? course I forgot something. No, I didn't. Wait. Huh? No, that's all right. What am I doing wrong? Like this? I don't recognize this. Huh? Wait, how is this possible? There's an entire... Oh, what? No. Oh, I completely messed it up, I think. Yeah, I think I did. Okay. You see, I should not speed up. That's not good. Well, this is not good. So I got to take this one off. But it doesn't make sense. Oh, yes, of course. Now I see it. I see what I did wrong. This should be there. Okay. Minor problem. Minor problem. Two of these. One, two. This one. Okay. On top of this. Looking good. A second one right there. Okay. I get one of these again. Yep. Now we're going to do these circular slopes on top of this. There we go. And again, one of these. Maybe here. Good. Sticker time. Okay. It's just a repeat of what I've already done, so it should get less scary, you'd think. Crooked. I thought if I do it really fast, and perhaps I'm just going to do it intuitively, it will be just the way it should be, but no. You actually really need to focus. All right, let's try again. A little bit more patience this time. It's still not good. Why is it not in the center? Oh, it's all crooked. Ush. Third time. Third time's a charm. I hope. That's better. Okay. Ooh. Let's see. Buffering. Hey, JK Dead Fox. Glad you like my reaction videos. Do you believe that there is another part to Endgame? No. I think they're done with the Avengers, at least with the Endgame. The connection is not optimal. It may be on your end, yes. Maybe a little hiccup. Pikachu is excited about The Witcher 3 Complete Edition. Yeah, that's nice. What do other priests think of your YouTube channel? Most of them are not aware of my YouTube channel because it's not really geared towards them. A lot of them are not even on YouTube. In my diocese, most of the other priests know that this is what I do. And so they're fine with it, but they're not particularly interested, which is fine. I'm used to that. You know, when I was a young priest in 2000, no, even before that, between 1996 and 2001, I had one of the biggest Star Wars websites in the world. And nobody knew. And most of you weren't even around there. Well, you were very young. But now I've been doing this internet stuff for a very long time. And always this combination of, you know, Star Wars, geeky stuff. Later on, did a lot of podcasting, of course, still do. And they let me, which is all I ask. Let me do my thing. Okay. Very good. You named your PC Lucille. A reference to The Walking Dead. Well, Pikachu has been busy playing a lot of games. Very good. Please wish me luck, Father, because Monday is my last exam and the last day of school. Oh, good luck. But you're going to be so happy when it's over. Arnold, I always wonder how those designers at Lego design those models. You should try to visit the factory in the future and make a video about it. Maybe, yes. Father Roderick goes to Billund. Have you seen the movie The Dead Don't Die? No, I haven't seen it. Does the Pope know that you're known as the Star Wars priest? No, the Pope has other things to do. There are tens of thousands of priests in the world, so I don't think he can keep up with all of their hobbies. But something tells me he'd be cool with it. We have a very relaxed Pope. Okay. That goes here. This one there. This is the other hinge mechanism for the wingtips, for the lasers. One more. I'm getting impatient. I want to see the end result. Same thing. We're going to add this. Wait, I forget this piece. Should go there. This goes on top of it. And this. Very well. Hello, Stephen. Welcome to the chat. Pikachu doesn't know what kind of micro SD card to get for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know. Usually those cards are very overpriced. One of the reasons that I don't game on consoles anymore, because all these, especially the Nintendo is very good at making things super expensive. Because they have the market, they have no competition. Whereas with PCs, you can buy so many different elements from so many different vendors, so that tends to help with the price. Okay, what is this? And where does it go? In here? Yep. Nice. Next page. We're getting there. Yep. We're going to put the wing in place. Here we go. Yes. And there we go. Another wing in place. It really starts to look like an X-Wing fighter. Coolest ship ever. I actually, as a child, I liked the X-Wing fighters so much better than the Millennium Falcon. And to be honest, I still do. I thought the Millennium Falcon was just, just a circle. Not very exciting as a design. But of course, Han Solo would disagree. You'll miss your friends at school. Yeah, that's it. I'm good. Good to see you. I've seen one for $26 on Amazon for the Nintendo Switch. Well, you should probably keep an eye on Amazon. They usually have very good prices. It even depends on the time of day that you buy something at Amazon. Did you know that? Like, now that I'm gaming or streaming games, I need a bigger hard drive. I only have a very small SSD. So this morning, I was looking at some of those SSDs, the bigger ones, and this morning they were still like 200 something for a 2 terabyte version. And then I looked around mealtime, dinner time. All of a sudden it was like 176, I think, for 2 terabyte. Unbelievably cheap. And I bet you that if I would go and look now, the price would have gone up again. So it's really, they're really micro-targeting customers, I think. Okay. Looking good. This is the easiest one because I've now done it 3 times already. So we should be able to finish this thing before you know it. Turn this around. Put this right there. Yes. Now we get the black square plus this. I can't wait to show you the set that we're going to build next week. I think you're going to love it. Maybe I'm overhyping. I think you're going to think it's rubbish. No, I think it's going to be fun. But it's going to be a very challenging build. That is for certain. And I'm also going to tell you how I found a solution to do very cool Lego sets without breaking the bank. Because as you know, Lego is super expensive, especially the more interesting sets. But I found a solution. This. Which means that basically I'll be able to build Lego every week, almost on a daily basis. And that, of course, is going to be very useful to grow the channel because we can spread the word and you can you almost have an appointment with the viewers which usually helps a lot in growing a channel. It's like if you have these daily shows. Arnold thinks I'm building the Death Star. No, I'm not building the Death Star. No. No, that is a massive... I wouldn't be able to do that in a week. That is super intensive, not to mention hard to get. But you never know. Maybe one day. Oh, come on. Why can't I do one single sticker without problems? Crazy. All right. Here we go. One more. Almost done with those darn stickers. I'd actually pay extra if Lego would apply those stickers. They should have an option. Either you do the stickers yourself, or for $5 we'll do it for you. I'd so pay $5. Because I suffer from sticker anxiety ever since I built the Hogwarts castle. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one with sticker problems. There we go. The last wing. The last wing. The number of pieces on the table is also shrinking. What I like about this set is that it is going to look really good on display. It's really an eye catcher. And that's not always the case with Lego. All right, I suppose this is good. Like the Maz Kanata castle, that was not very impressive once it was finished. Okay. Let's put this tile there and this one here. I wonder if Lego has a voice, it has a say when they're doing these movies. Because of course at a very early stage, Lego has to start the process of designing these sets. So I wonder if they have a meeting with Lucasfilm and they see the designs and they say, well, that's going to be a great Lego set. Or maybe just do this because we can't really replicate that in Lego. I don't know if they're keeping that into account, what is possible in Lego and what not, and what is going to sell. Because of course the merchandise is important important source of revenue for Lucasfilm. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. That goes there. Plus this. And we haven't seen any leaks from what is it, The Rise of Skywalker. Not one single ship, not one single minifigure. The Imperial Cruiser, nope. Kieran says, Father, I will use another tablet, so my screen name is Kieran Camilleri. But you will still see this name sometimes. That's fine, sure, that's okay. I bet it's the new moon lander with stickers. No. Death Star is like a month build. Have you ever tried the imitation Lego Star Wars sets from AliExpress? Yes, actually I did. The thing that got me into streaming was a fake set, which was the Harry Potter castle. And having built it, I sorely regret not having bought the real set, because it would have been such a better experience, I think. But that set was, at the time, it was out of my league. I couldn't afford it. And I got talked into getting a fake set by a friend of mine, but I would absolutely buy the real thing now, because that was the most fun I've ever had with Lego. That was such an amazing, amazing experience. But quality-wise, there's no comparison. Final few stickers. And the fake sets are of course drying up, because they closed the factories in China. There we go. What I've heard, but I haven't verified it yet, is that the actual patent on the Lego bricks has expired. So as long as these Chinese toy makers make their own designs, like their own builds, then that wouldn't be much of a problem. So maybe this crackdown will actually have a creative benefit. So, we'll see more original sets. Who knows? The Millennium Falcon. No, that is so big. Can't do that. I have heard of the Jedi Fallen Order video game, yes. Oh, so Kieran... Okay, so Kieran, you're on two... You're both on a tablet and you're on the other one. That's why I see both Kieran and Jason. I get it. I get it. As long as we know it's you. Here we go. Final sticker. Golly. Come on. No, crooked. Ah. Oh man, how do I do this? Every single time. That's okay. Oh, I'm done with the stickers. And this one. Good. Okay. The other thing is that sometimes the sets that used to be available are no longer they're no longer on the market, and that is also something that these Chinese manufacturers cater to. Like, if you really want a specific set and it's no longer available, or it costs a fortune because it's so rare, then sometimes that is kind of for some people it's a solution to still being able to have that experience of building that set. I hope that one day Lego will be able to give us custom sets or do, I don't know, use 3D printing or something like that. Okay, we're going to attach the last wing. Here we go. Yes, it's in place. It's a little bit floppy, but we're going to fix that, of course, with the rubber band. Almost there. Okay, let's open up the little box with the rubber bands. Oh. Very well. Okay. And now we're going to do engines. This looks fun. This looks like a lot of fun. Almost done, almost done, almost done. I have OCD when it comes to stickers, yes. I have a severe case of OCD. Hello, Jacek. You really want to know my next build. No one has guessed it yet, so a little bit of patience. You're going to know very soon because I'm almost done building this. Okay. I'm stoked about the build. All right. Fascinating. Fascinating, fascinating. One. I always love engines and circular pieces. I don't know why. It's just so cool. Actually, there's more than one thing that I can build soon. There's one big thing, and there are also two smaller things that I'm going to show you that I'm super excited about. And the two smaller things are no longer available. So they're starting to get very rare. So I was super happy that I was able to find those two sets. Okay, what do we do now? This is not in the right position. How do I do this? Wait. I need to put pressure on this, but let's use a Lego stone. There you go. This requires quite a bit of strength to put it in the right place. Okay, I got this, and it needs what else? This strange metallic piece. And we top it off with a pink translucent. So this is an engine. Looks like something you could use in pod racing as well. Is it a Star Wars set? I'm not going to give any hints. You can build the Lego creator sets where you can build your own Legos. I really do want to do some more custom building, and I will, but not right away. But I have some plans and some projects that I would like to do. But I'm just a beginner now, just like with gaming. I'm a noob. So I'm just building up expertise, building up a network as well, because I'm starting to get some followers from the Lego world as well. So they can hopefully also give me some advice and help. Ow. Okay. So I got to build 4 of these engines. I could have done this a little bit more systematically. All right, let's do this first. And then this one. One, 2. 3. Maybe I'll do the small ones over the weekend, start the big one on Monday, or maybe not, I don't know. I'll have to make a really good planning because I still have to work next week. No vacation yet. Okay. Right, we've got everything in place. We're gonna... Why are these so hard to insert? There we go. There we go. Final one. And there we go. We got 4 engines ready to be assembled. There you go. Looks like batteries. Cool. And it is going to be hot in Holland. Yes, that is an extra handicap. I need to find a solution for that because this room is under this. There is an attic above me which gets really hot in the summertime. Okay, now we need to enter this into a hole. One, 2. Very nifty, this technique. I already wondered how they do that. Oh, that looks so cool. All right, why is this one crooked? Not sure. Oh, this is so awesome. And now for the final touch, the cannons. Because of course, these are fighters, fighter jets. Whoa, don't drop it. Amazing. All right, a few more. And there we go, got our lasers ready. two pieces that I think I forgot to, I forgot two pieces. Oh, there they are. Here on the wing. I totally forgot to cover this up. Wow. Of course, that could have been war damage, but still. Nice. All right. That's very good. Okay, how do we, where do we put these? Oh, whoa, cool. All right, so they go in here. These have to be on the bottom. Oh, this looks amazing. Those cannons really are the finishing touch. All of a sudden it is an X-Wing fighter. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. And then we have some shooters. This is for the play stuff, these translucent ones. It's supposed to be resembling lasers. I don't really like that, the gamey stuff, but we'll put it in anyway. And these you can actually shoot, apparently. There you go. Oh, there's a little spring mechanism inside. Funny. Yep. Lock and load. I can feel the spring actually tightening when I push this in. I'm not going to do that, of course. I'm not going to shoot lasers. Come on. There we go. Oh, we got some spare ones. Cool. Oh, they go on the little cart. All right. That's why they had these extra holders. 1 and 2. Very well. That's it, we're done. We're done. We've got some spare pieces again, which we will put on the side. I'm going to switch on the other camera to show you the end result. She is beautiful. Adam just got home. Sorry to have missed so much, but glad to be here for what's left. Well, you are absolutely arriving at the right time, because this is what we've been building, and that is what I'm going to show you. Hold on, let's see if I can switch on this. What does it say here? My disk is almost full. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can do. Oh yeah, the camera is very far behind. It is definitely a lag issue. I'm going to completely disconnect it, see what happens. I'm still here. You guys are still here. All right. Okay, now I'm going to put it back in, and hopefully that'll do the trick. What I could do is actually also disconnect the other webcam, because I think that this one is causing the problem. So I'm going to disconnect that too. Now we're back at the internal webcam, and I'm going to reconnect the Canon. See if that helps. Okay. Where's that USB port? Oh, here. All right, we've connected the Canon. Nope, it's still buffering, I think. Wow, okay. So look, this is where it is. Totally slow motion. That is crazy. I did that like a year ago. Okay. I wonder where this image is coming from. It must be. Let's try it again. Hold on. Disconnect this. It must be some kind of a buffer. I'm going to disconnect the entire camera for a second. Remove the battery, that may also help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the battery back in, close the compartment, switch the camera on. At least now I know that it's not the camera itself if the problem persists. Plugging it back in. Oh, it's definitely the Mac. Look, the buffer of the camera is completely empty, and it's still showing this. So this is the software. It's absolutely the software. Okay. Well, in that case, I can disconnect it and connect the other webcam. It's still plug and play. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to switch to this. And then I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Put this on the table somehow. And give you the full tour. So, look at how beautiful she is. And how big. Unbelievable. So gorgeous. And I'm going to turn it a little bit so you can see it just like on the image. On the cover, and then I should be able to turn this and it will open the wings. Oh, look at that. Sweet. Whoa. And now it stays in place if you turn it like that. Wow, look at that. How awesome. The Mac's memory is full. It definitely has to be the Mac. So here you see the back of the ship. You do see the rubber bands, but the mechanism works. Let me close the wings again. There we go. So this is the attack position. And then, of course, here you see BB-8 sitting there, and we can open the cockpit. And the only thing lacking, of course, is a pilot. And since this is Poe Dameron's ship, we need to put him in. Let's see if we can squeeze him in. There we go. Oh. It's kind of a tight space. Let's see. Need to... That's a really... tiny space. Let's put him there. And... straighten his helmet. There he is. Now we have a pilot. He's sitting right there. And of course, for takeoff, we close the cockpit window. And then we're good to go. Isn't that amazing? I'm so stoked. Everything looks great. I love this look, these circular ones. I love all the orange details. The nose, the dimensions of this thing are perfect. BB-8 is sitting there proud and very, actually looks a lot bigger than he is. And, well, the wing mechanism, I did not expect that to be part of the build, but it is very, very impressive. So, sweet, all right, and with that, it is time for the reveal. Because now, of course, I have to, let me see, how can I go back here? Put that right there. Now, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do next week. Oops. This thing is a bit top heavy. All right. What are we going to do next week? I'm trying to change the light a little bit. I need to improve the lighting in this room as well. We are going to build a set. This box, hold on. Trying to up the tension a little bit, of course. This huge box contains what we're going to build next week. And this is how I can build these huge sets without going bankrupt. Because this is a set that I've rented. So there is a Lego store in a town that is about half an hour away by car, and it's run by huge Lego fans, and so what they want to do is to enable also families, children with parents that don't have much money to still enjoy Lego, and so they're renting out these sets. You pay a couple of bucks for 1 week, or if you want to, if you need more time, you can pay a little bit extra. You build the entire set, and then you deconstruct it again and bring all the pieces back in the box, and then they rent it to other people. And they have almost every big, awesome Lego set. And since for me, the joy is to build this with you and to show it with you. And I don't really know what to do except for the Harry Potter castle, which has a really place of honor in my home. But the other sets, it's the process of building that I'm interested in. So this is how we're going to build a lot of cool sets in the next couple of months. Now, of course, you want to know what this is. What is the set that we're going to build? Opening the box, I'll let you guess. I'm going to show you a few pieces and see if you can guess what it is. All right, we have this piece. That doesn't give it away. We got some of these. What could that be? Lots of gray pieces. Any guesses yet? No idea what that is. Okay, I'm going to help you. Is it the X-Wing is my own? Yes. All right, so I'm going to show you this. What could this be? What set is this? No one wants to guess. I'm going to show you a color. This is an important color. It's not the Marslander. No. The colors are very vital. We have this color, which also is kind of the beige. A giant robot, an Imperial Walker. Nope. TIE Fighter. No. I'm going to help you. I'm going to show you a very important color that is part of this set. And if I show you this piece, I'm pretty sure that one of you will know which set this is. I'm going to show you this. Now you must start to know. You must start to be able to guess. A spaceship. Yes, it's a spaceship. But what spaceship? I'm going to show you one more color. The Sand People Transporter. No. A space church. No. I'm going to show you this. The City with the Cinema. No. The Hoth Land Speeder. No. Jurassic Park. No. Wow, this is much harder than I thought it would be. I'm trying to find a piece that will give it away. The falcon, no. These are very, very, very recognizable. If you know what it is, you'll see like, I should have known. And there you go. Arnold has guessed it. It is indeed the awesome, amazing Slave One. This is a huge, huge, huge build. The most beautiful version of the Slave One that Lego has ever made. And this is the Slave One. And this is what we're going to build next week. It's a huge set, as you can tell from the thickness of the manual. So this is going to take at least 10 hours. This entire box is what I'm going to have to sort. So the sorting is also part of the fun. And then ultimately this box should result in this amazing Slave One. So that's the reveal. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully next week I'll be able to fix the problems and the camera issues, and we're gonna have a great week, I think. So, alrighty, full end of your day, and if you know any other Lego fans that could enjoy these streams, send them an email and let them know on social media that I'm doing this, because I think that that there is a growing audience for this. All right, talk to you guys. May the force be with you. Take care.